Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for the week ahead for all signs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the general energies for all signs, and then I'm going to clarify it for each star sign. And so if you don't watch the first bit for all star signs, you're not going to understand what I'm going on about, because it is just the tweaks to this general part of it for each star sign. So when you do watch the clarification parts for the star signs, you might want to check out your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and maybe your Venus sign as well. Moon and Venus about relationship stuff. If you're interested in that, you can cross-watch for other people as well, friends, family, loved ones, to find out what they're going through, because you might be able to understand them and give them a bit of a leeway there. Now, I've got a live show pretty much every day. It's called Psychic Cafe. I'd love to see you in there. It's at 7 a.m. Bangkok time. I pull out cards and I channel messages. It goes in deeper than my daily updates, if you're watching those, my daily energy updates. And also, I do mini reads in there as well. So for donation, super chat, super sticker, that kind of thing, you can have your questions answered by your higher self, or just get some guidance from your higher self. Love to see you in there. If you want a private reading, come to my website, BeHealing.com, for one of those. Now, we're starting out with a card of immortality here. This is about seeing yourself as the spirit, the immortal spirit that you are, rather than seeing yourself as a muggle, concerned with money, with relationships and stuff like that. It's like, rise above that now. See the bigger picture. See you're a spirit, and there's way more to your life than the stuff. It's not about the carrots. It's not about the stuff. It's not about the money. You're much more than that, and it's time to see yourself as much more than that. Seeing the bigger picture there in the immortality. Let's get one of these kitty cat cards out, as my cat is trying to get into the wardrobe there. What are you doing, chicken? This is a new deck that I've got here. Spirit Cats, I think it's called. A lot of cat activity going on today in this room. Let's see what we've got. Let's choose that one. Okay. What message do we have for this week for everybody? All signs. We've got intuition, using our intuition. Meet Ghost Kitten. She's the light within us that helps to guide us through our life. She's always beckoning us to enter our inner world, to dig deep and to meet her there. So again, it's about the spirit stuff, isn't it? If you're quiet, you can hear her whispering to you, perhaps about a creative project or a person you could reach out to, or even leaving a stifling job. Play with what makes her whispers louder and clearer for you. Maybe it's meditation, or sleeping enough, or taking a shower. Experiment with following your intuition and notice what magic unfolds. So, we're in our spirit selves this week. Asked to see the bigger picture. Asked to see who we are, like who we really are. See life from that perspective. Stop focusing so much on the little details, on the relationships and stuff. There's a bigger picture going on here. A much bigger picture. So let's get some tarot out to see what is going on for everybody this week. What should we focus on? What's going on? What are in the energies? Because we're all responding to the same collective consciousness predominantly. We are all responding to the same astrology as well, kind of, but it will change slightly dependent on your star sign. There will be slight tweaks there. Some star signs are having like harder times than others. Starting out with the Lovers here. That's kind of nice, isn't it? I'm going to get clarifiers out for this. Then we've got the Star, which is fulfilled, and it's also the start of things too. That's the Aquarian thing. We do have a lot of Aquarius energy right now because we're in Aquarius season, and we're also in the age of Aquarius now. So there's a whole lot of new things starting. That's like a lot of newness there. Queen of Wands. She knows what she wants, and she knows how to get it too. She's moving forward with her passions to get what it is that she wants in life. Now again, I'm brought back to that card of immortality. She's going to get what she wants in her life, but she's not focusing on those little stuff. She's not going after the little stuff, the money and that relationship. She's getting in the flow, and she's focused on her spirit, and she's just following her guidance, like this little kitty cat told us to do. And the rest is taking care of itself because it's all about alignment. Let's get one more out. The World, an end of a cycle completes and a new one begins. There's a whole lot of newness in this. And it's got something to do with relationships as well. But the Queen of Wands, I see that as more, it's everything. It's like business. It's getting in alignment so that everything works out, because that's what happens when you're in alignment. Oh God, I've got a card in here that shouldn't be in here. What is it? It's the Two of Swords. Okay. So why have we got the Lovers here? I'm going to clarify each of these for every star sign as well. Each of these columns of tarot. Got the Three of Inspiration, and what else flew out? The Ace of Inspiration with the Lovers. Ooh. The Ace of Wands, that is, and the Three of Wands with the Lovers. So a new love offer could be coming in. Now, I have been channeling that in my Psychic Cafe show, is that maybe it's time to start again. Maybe it's time to try again. You know, when we get into relationships, when we get into anything, in fact, and we, hang on, I'm just going to have to let the cat out. She's trying to get out the door. I'll be right back. There you go. You know, when we get into relationships or we get into anything else in life, and it triggers us, it brings up stuff that we need to heal, challenges, that kind of thing. We might break up from that relationship or have time out from it, heal ourselves, and then try again. See if our energy has changed. See if our vibration has changed enough to try again. See if that vibration has gone or that issue has gone. See if we've healed it properly and try again. So the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands, it's like a new path starting off. There's so much newness this week. Really interesting energy. So maybe it's time to try again. Now, this could be a reconciliation with a lover. Time to try again. See if you heal it. See if the same issues come back up again. Try a new approach, that kind of thing. Or it could be somebody new. The universe saying, okay, I think you're ready to try it again. You know, we've got to do that healing by ourselves, but we've got to get into relationships and into life and try things out and work and you know, we've got to get out there and put it into practice to find out if we still are not in alignment, or if we are in alignment, if we've still got those sticking points. And you know, healing our issues, it's like peeling the layers of an onion back. We can have dealt with one layer, but then there's a deeper layer to deal with. So I'm getting this. It's time to try again. Like, go down that path again. Don't be scared. Your energy has changed. Time has passed. You've healed stuff. And also with that too, if you're thinking it's a reunion, because I know a lot of you guys that are watching me thinking that you want to get back together with someone, pay attention to who you were. Look back to who you were when you met your particular person that you think that you want a reunion with, because your vibration back then, how were you feeling? Were you in alignment? Was everything working out in your life? Was like money flowing? Were you really healthy? Were you feeling really great? If not, you probably don't want to get back together with that person. If you're trying to get back together with someone that when you met them, because that was when it was a matching point, when you met them, you were depressed, you were in a real struggle, or you know, you don't want to get back together with that person. They were a match to that energy. You've moved on since then. So when I say try again, I'm not talking about going backwards to old unaligned energy. It's very unlikely that that person will have grown and moved forward in the same way as you. So if that's you, if you've been trying to, or just thinking of getting back together with someone that you met when you weren't in alignment, don't do it. Just move forward and be open to a new one now, a new match, someone that's a match to your energy right now. And then see what that mirror shows you. See how aligned they are, because they're a mirror to you. Now, a caveat to that, you have to be doing the choosing, not just be chosen. There are some people out there that will just say yes to anything, any kind of crap that comes their way, not discerning at all, not finding out about that person, getting to know them, and then choosing them. You need to choose them. I'm not saying like everything that is in front of you is a mirror to you. That's not true. You've got to be empowered and discerning and choose somebody yourself. Yeah. So that's the caveat there. As long as you're the chooser, they're a mirror to you, right? Could be a very important week this week for love relationships, new love relationships, and maybe aligned relationships coming back. But there's going to be very few of them. So really fess up with yourself there, because I think there's a lot of you fooling yourselves that you actually want someone back that isn't good for you. Or maybe you need that lesson again. Maybe it's time to go back into that, go backwards, but you can actually do that healing work, and you should actually do that healing work by yourself after, without. Do you need that reminder? Just remember instead. Use your memory instead to have the reminder. Take off those rose-tinted glasses when you're doing it as well. So why the star? 10 of emotions. Wow. The universe is trying to grant us our wishes in a new way. Start something new, it's saying. Start something new to fulfill you. There could be new relationships starting this week, and there could be reunions with old relationships when they were in alignment when you first met, because twin flames do that. So I've been told by my higher self, by my guides, and by other people's higher selves that have been getting readings with me, is that twin flames come together when they're in alignment. If you weren't in alignment, if your life wasn't absolutely fantastic and having the time of your life when you met your twin flame, before you met your twin flame, I mean, and then it's not your twin flame. But when we come together, we trigger each other. We trigger this, what I was talking about, these unresolved things that were lurking there, and then you can separate, right? That's the separation with twin flames. But if you're in a high state of alignment, then you should be able to get through those lessons again. I think this is what I'm talking about here. So it's a fresh opportunity here with this star card to start again, but in a different way, approaching it in a different way. I know I don't have the hangman here, but I'm very much getting that energy because I'm getting the Aquarius energy of trying something new to fulfill you, to get your 10 of emotions, which is that ultimate fulfillment from relationships, really, because the 10 of emotions is about love. Wow. So okay, what's this Queen of Wands about? Getting in alignment, knowing what we want, and then, well, yeah, moving forward on it, but by being in alignment, by focusing on this, on who our spirit is, and just that being what we do. I mean, that being our focus, of being in alignment with ourselves, listening to our intuition, following that path, rather than thinking, oh, I want my path to be to a certain amount of money, to a certain person, to now say, I want my path to be aligned with my higher self, because my higher self knows what I want. So I just want to be in alignment. I want to feel great, and I want to keep on following that. That's how the Queen of Wands proceeds forward. So let's get some clarity for that. Yeah, 5 of Inspirations flown out there with this. And so this is taking a look at things from a different perspective. It's like the card of, it can be seen as being a fight, this, but it's not. It's more training. It's more trying things out. And if it doesn't work, trying again. If it doesn't work, trying again. And that's what alignment is all about here, is you try something out, and if it doesn't feel good, you either heal yourself in the way that you're looking at it, or you say, this isn't for me, I'm going to choose something else, and you get more and more into alignment by that. So it's a kind of a roller coaster thing, but we've got to be really listening to ourselves, listening to our hearts, listening to our emotions to see if we are in alignment, because we feel fantastic when we're in alignment and everything works out for us. But it's not so much about what the external stuff at first. If you're focusing on the external stuff, you're going to trip yourself up because you're looking in the wrong place there. Focus on how good you're feeling. So you change your perspective first of all, right? Your mind. So if you're telling yourself, I'm terrible at everything, I've got no skills, I've got nothing special about me, who would love me, right? That doesn't make you feel good, does it? And so you change your mind first of all. So you might tell yourself, I'm lovable. I'll find my way. There is a path. I've got a higher self. There is a path available to me. My higher self knows what I want, really, better than I do. And so I will tune in and feel better about myself. You know, you can start talking to yourself better like that. That's a change in perspective. This is training. This is like the training wheels. Like, try it again. Try a new approach. Try it again. Try going for what it is that you want, but do it the aligned way this time. Do it by getting in alignment this time. There's a lot of empowering energy with that Queen of Wands there. But try again. It's not a battle, the 5 of Inspiration. It's not. It's seeing things from different perspectives. It's training. We don't fight when we're training. We develop our muscles to be able to fight to be able to get it. And so the Five of Inspiration is about training ourselves to speak better to ourselves, to think better, to get in alignment, to feel better, so that we can manifest the things in the outside world. Because they will just come along for the ride when we're feeling really good. Of course, you've got to take action too. So the world. But when you're following that path, when you're following these two cards side, when you're following your higher self's path, because you're in alignment, you get those ideas and that inspiration, and then it does work out. It leads you to the money. It leads you to that relationship. So it's all about alignment. So the world, at the end of a cycle, the priestess, the start of a new cycle, tuning into your higher self, the priestess. So the end of an old cycle, and I'm really getting that it's about not focusing on the material stuff anymore, not trying to get that relationship, not trying to get that amount of money, not trying to get that job. There's nothing wrong with the material stuff, but if you're focusing on that, you're kind of tripping yourself up. It's focusing on the small details that you don't need to. You need to look at the bigger picture now, the bigger picture of who you really are, which is a creative spirit. You're here for a particular reason, especially if you're watching my channel, you're here for a particular reason. And so get aligned with that. Get aligned with your higher self, the bigger reason that you're here. This is all about past lives too. You're not just this muggle in this lifetime. You're way, way more than that. And so it's time to start acting like that. Really? It's a bit of a wake-up call, isn't it, this week? Okay, so that's the tarot. Let's get some clarifiers out to find out what's deeper behind all of this. So I will clarify each one of these for each star sign as well to find out specifics about that, what's going on with our love lives. So this love is the Three of Inspiration and the Ace of Inspiration. Give us more on this. Death, an ending, death and rebirth, the ending and the start of something new. So this Ace of Inspiration it's a passionate love offer, a new relationship or a reconciliation is what it is. Yep, Three of Inspiration can be a reconciliation, but it's more of just choosing a path and taking it, saying, okay, well, let's give it a go. So you might have that choice to make, which is the Lover's card too. A choice in love. Okay, shall we do? Am I going to do this again? Have I healed this? Is it something that I needed to heal in myself, truthfully? Or is this a deal breaker? Has this person got red flags? Was I completely out of alignment when I met this person? Or a new love offer comes in. It's like, have I dealt with this kind of thing? Am I getting to know them? Am I choosing them? Am I being, having my head screwed on instead of just going off my feelings? We don't want to go off our feelings anymore. I mean, the feelings have got to be there, but we've got to use our head too and actually ask them questions. Don't just presume that they're the right person for you because you have some feelings. Your feelings can happen just because they remind you of a toxic ex. We don't want to trust our feelings. Yes, there's got to be feelings there too, because that's important, right? There's got to be attraction and all of that, but you need to choose wisely. So hopefully you know what it is that you want in a relationship, so that when you meet people, say meet 5 people on 5 different dates, asking them questions to find out if they're actually who you want, if they want the same things as you. Do they want children? Are they wanting a committed relationship or not? Don't just presume that they do, and presume that they want the same things as you, and presume they're interested in the same things as you. Don't do that. So, death of the old way of you approaching these things, and a new path to getting that relationship that you want. Time to grow up, isn't it? The Star and the Ten of Emotions then. So it is a new path to that fulfillment. Integrating the lessons, what you've learned about yourself, what have you learned about life, what have you been through before, those issues that you've had, just integrating it all, not even your past lives, everything that you've been through in this life, with relationships especially, but with other things too, because it's not just relationships, not just romantic relationships that fulfill us. Hopefully you're being fulfilled emotionally through your work, through your community, through the things that you're doing as well for yourself. Fulfilling yourself emotionally, that's the 9 of emotions, right? So a whole new approach to getting your wishes met by integrating what you've learned in your life. The energy has changed so much this year. In the last few weeks especially, it's changed so much. It's like the universe saying, come on, you know this stuff now, you've learned it. Just start applying it, Stop being lazy, start applying it. Remember everything. It's not a time to be complacent at all. We don't want to drop off this path, because some people will. I'm being told that some people will drop off this path. Some people won't do the work. Some people won't carry on with this. Some people will get lazy and just turn to the alcohol and drugs and stuff again and not do it. And I've been getting this strong message personally for myself a couple of weeks ago. It's like, stop this now. Like, now's the time to get serious about this. Clean yourself up and get focused on it and stop doing that time wasting, energy wasting stuff now. Learn from what has gone before in your life, because you don't want to fall off this path, because there's really great things coming from it. Queen of Wands, 5 of Inspiration, looking at things from a different perspective, kind of from a spiritual perspective is what I'm getting here. So alignment, first of all, so that you can have those things that you want in the external world, but you don't need to go after them. When we go after things, what happens? If we try and chase stuff, it runs away from us. So it's an inner journey. We've got to be focused on the inner journey now. Now, this isn't for everybody. Not everyone's watching my channel right. This guidance isn't right for muggles that need to focus on the material world, because that's the stage that they're at. If they're unawakened, this isn't even for the awakened people. Freshly awakened people, this isn't for. Those ones that are just learning about the law of attraction, just realizing that the universe is there. Those ones that can wish for something that comes about. No. This is for those of you that are doing that work, that are healing yourself, that are doing that shadow work, that are really in it. This is levels above all of that stuff. So this guidance isn't for everybody. That's why everybody isn't watching my channel. So there's an inner journey. What I mean by that is, if you tell a muggle just to focus on the inner work and the inner game, it's not going to be right for them. No, they need to concern themselves with the material world, because that's the vibration that they're living in. Yeah, they can't just stop doing the physical world stuff, stop focusing on the money, stop focusing on the relationships. No, that's where they're at. That's where they need to be. Now, tell someone that's freshly awakened to the universe that the universe is there, that there's more to it. And they're predominantly working with the law of attraction now, wishing for things, and then the universe is showing them that the universe is there for them. They're in a completely different place too. They're not ready yet to do this gnarly inner work to clear stuff up within themselves. They're just in that, the universe holding them, saying, I'm here for you, I'm here for you. It's that soothing phase. And that soothing phase moves into healing then, and we still need to be soothed at that point, need a lot of support around us. And that fluffy spiritual stage, that's when that is appropriate. I'm not talking to those people at all. This that I'm saying is like, concern yourself with your alignment now, is for those that have done that inner work. Yes, there's always going to be a bit more inner work to do, but those of you that have had a taste of alignment is who I'm talking to. Okay, so it's about the inner journey. Is it about the alignment? It's about looking at things from a different perspective, which is a spiritual perspective of you, what you're here for. So the world and the priestess, what's this about? The end of a cycle. Emotional balance. Interesting. In emotional balance. Interesting. So it's like a whole new level of a cycle completes, and now you're focused back on the intuitive side of it. So it feels like you were focused on the material world before, and now you're focused more on the inner world. And then the law of attraction kind of kicks in again. The universe shows you, I'm still here for you, even though you're focused on that. I'm still here for you. So there'll be manifestations. That's a relief, because you're like, oh, I don't need to focus on the material stuff anymore. That stuff is taking care of itself. I had to focus on the material stuff before, when I had stuff to heal, when I had like beliefs to challenge, when I had stuff, past disappointments and things like that. But then you shift your focus from that to your spirit, to the inner work, to your alignment. Then the universe shows up for you with the material stuff. It's like, oh, you can have this anyway. And there's an emotional release for that. It's like a relief. It's like a relief that I've done the work and it's available to me now. Very interesting. Let's find out what's going on in our love lives this week. I'm going to get one of these cards out, and then I'm going to get one of these cards out for each star sign as well. So stick around for that later. Nope, there's two there. I just want one. What's going on in the collective's love life? Heart-to-heart conversations. Right. What was I saying before about this lovers? It's the chance, or it could be the chance if you're ready to start again, for a reunion or for a new love to come in. And heart-to-heart conversations, you're going to have to find out. You're going to have to ask questions. Even if it's a reunion, don't presume that they're on the same page as you, or the same page that they were on before. Heart-to-heart conversations, find out, ask those questions. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other, not just your feelings. It's not about feelings. Yeah, you can do that as well. Discuss your feelings with each other, but that's not that important, really. You're not going to have feelings there if you're getting back together or if you're getting together with someone. It's discuss what it is that you want, what your expectations are, what you believe. Say you're entering a committed relationship. Say you want a committed relationship. Do they want a committed relationship? What does that mean to them? Find out what that means, because people mean different things by that. People mean different things by marriage too. So have those heart-to-heart conversations and find out what it is. What it is that, get real about it. Choose. Still choose. Choose them. Find out whether you want to choose them. Find out whether they can provide what it is that you want. I've got so many people that I do readings for, and they're like, why does nobody give anything back? Why are they never giving anything back? It's like, well, what are you doing getting into a relationship with people like that? I know, because I used to. What are you doing getting into a relationship with people like that? How are they fooling you? Or are you just presuming that they're going to be as loving and giving as you? We need to let people prove who they are to us. Don't just commit to them or give your heart away or give your body away or to anybody. Choose wisely. That means taking it slowly and getting to know each other first. So that's what we're doing this week. We're having heart-to-heart conversations. We're not being stupid. We're growing up. That's what the energies are at the moment. It's like, grow up, this stuff. Not put it into practice. Don't be scared. Don't not speak up, to not upset the other person or whatever. Don't upset yourself. Show the world the real you, and this is when you can step into your authenticity, right? Is when there's no guessing anymore. Don't use your intuition for relationships and for other people. Use your intuition for getting in touch with your higher self and getting in alignment. Don't use your intuition for other people. I can't even do that. Yeah, I can do readings and stuff. But in my personal life, using my intuition for people, that is just a recipe for disaster. If you want a really messed up relationship, then just presume about them. Just use your intuition on them. It's just a guess. Even if you're an empath, it's just a guess. Nobody can do this in their love life. Nobody can do that in their love life. Show the world the real you. So you come out as authentic once you're secure because you've actually asked the questions of where they're at. And it doesn't matter about their energy too. It depends on where their conscious is at, how much they've learned themselves, what they're prepared to do, how much they're prepared to give. If you're not getting reciprocity in relationships, you're not even asking them. You're not even asking them and getting to know them. You're getting into relationships before people have proved themselves and said what they want, what they expect relationships to be. So let's get one of these out. Find out more about this. So if you're really hoping for a relationship where you can be your true self, it feels like we've got the chance of that this week. Willingness is what came out there. Willingness. You're able to compromise if the end result is love. Interesting. You're willing to compromise. Relationships need to be worked on. Is it worth starting it in the first place? You're going to find out by having this heart-to-heart conversation. Are you willing? Is it worth it, what they're willing to offer you and what they want to put into it and how much effort they're prepared to make and all of that, what it is that they want? Are you willing to put in the effort for this? Find out first from them. It's really, it does feel like a new age now with this. It seems to be the energies that I'm picking up now. It's very much a come on now, do it. You've learned this stuff now. But it's more of a stop using your intuition and your spiritual gifts in the wrong place. I was channeling this years ago, but I never fully understood it. Around 2012 it was. I remember channeling all this stuff. Stop trying to use your spiritual gifts for the wrong things in the material world, and stop trying to do the other thing as well. What would the other way around be? Is using your material stuff for the spiritual stuff. So you can't get into alignment with the material stuff. You have to do that spiritually. And also, yeah, don't try and use your spiritual gifts for like in place of your words and your empowerment and things like that, like for dealing with people and stuff. Don't do that. Don't try and use your spiritual gifts for dealing with money either. Like this, the material, deal with the material world in the material world way. Don't try and deal with your body with the spiritual stuff either. I see readers saying stupid stuff like that, saying like, oh, trying to equate like illnesses, physical stuff that they've got going on in the body because they're eating the wrong things and because they're not taking care of themselves and not exercising and stuff like that. And then they're trying to say, oh, it's because I've got a download, it's because I've got this. And it's like, no, you're sick because you're doing the wrong thing for your body. Health and our muggle bodies, we've got to deal with that in the physical world, not the spiritual way. Use the spiritual things for the right stuff. Oh, we've got 3 cards here. Right, we've got clock. I'm going to get one of these cards out for each star sign as well, by the way. We've got clock. Needs time, takes time. In time cycles, time to heal. Progress. Yeah, I feel like we're coming out of a healing stage now and it's time to put it into practice. It's come around again. It's this love thing, it's coming around again. Who sang that song? Carly Simon, was it? It's coming around again. It's time to give it another go and see how much you've progressed. Keys on a ring. Many options, decision. Many options and decision. You've got to make a decision. So it just depends where you are on this love journey. Like, have you been really stupid before? Have you been really stupid and just presumed who someone was, never got to know them? If you're at the start of that switching your head on kind of thing and empowering yourself, then yeah, you might get a real fool coming in and asking you out, and just for you to actually have those heart-to-heart conversations and ask them what it is that they want, what they expect. As soon as you start having a conversation like that, someone that isn't even prepared to make any effort, they're going to run a mile straight away because they aren't even prepared to make any effort in that to have that conversation. They show you right away that they're not in it. The chaser in codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issue. Is that when you've chased them? They won't even have the conversation, so you chase them, you try and change them. Oh, it's just 3. How divine. Chaser in a codependent relationship. You know what codependence is? It's trying to help someone else out. It's wanting to give too much to them. Maybe people aren't getting reciprocity because of this. Wow, it's time to grow up from that. And then if you're further down that line too, it might be a really good relationship, one that you want to be in, but you're approaching it in the right way now and finding out. And that's going to make them realize that you're not stupid as well. Because if you've got a great person approaching you, they're going to want to see that you put the effort in, and you just presuming that someone is like it is and just going in and committing to them straight away. That's not putting the effort in. That's going in blindly. If you have that conversation with them, they're like, someone that actually wants to make the effort in a relationship, someone that knows what they want. That's you putting in the effort. So you might have thought before that you were putting in the effort just because you were giving blindly to somebody. That's codependence. That's not really giving to a relationship. Giving to a relationship is this. willingness to compromise, it's willingness to work on it, it's willingness to have those conversations, it's willingness to reveal ourselves, show the world the real you. It's willing to be open and have those conversations. Be willing to reveal what it is that you want. Don't hide things. Don't pretend to be something else. Don't wear a mask. That is putting effort into a relationship. What interesting energies we have this week. Let's get some more out. Let's get some of these. Okay, what else have we got going on this week for everybody? A lot, apparently. We've got a candle. You will be shown the way. Taking us back to the top. Immortality. Connecting with your higher self. You will be shown the way. You've got a path. Your higher self knows what you want. It's showing you the way there. And then we've got Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So some of you are going to be attracting this kind of crap in, and someone that's going to try and push you around. So if you've had relationships like that before and you've succumbed to that and you've just tried to give to them and then try to placate them and make them happy, the narcissist kind of thing, arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. You need to back away from them, right? You need to see it in them before you get involved with them. Get to know them and then notice it. Learn. Remember integration? What was that? Integration. Learn from what you've been through before. Recognize it. Oh, this is one of these people. I recognize that. And then back away from it. The Rooster. They're very loud too. What I was saying about choosing a relationship or being chosen. Don't just be chosen. Don't just say yes to anyone, because these ones, the Rooster, what do? They shout the loudest in the morning, right? They shout the loudest. They're the ones with the guts, the narcissists, the ones that are the arrogant, boastful people. They're the loudest, right? They're the ones that are going to choose you. They're not the ones that you necessarily should be with. Pay great attention to that. Just watch out, because the ones that will be asking, do you want to have a relationship? They're the ones that are like that. There'll be a lot like that. Yeah, you have to be a bit more discriminatory than that, and choose the other ones. Wow, ring, the ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or business. I think the universe is trying to get people together right now, and it's like, come on, I need your help in this. It's like, come on, muggles, I need your help in this. You need to start like being sensible, being grown up about this. I can't bring the right people your way if you're just going to be an idiot about it. So stop being an idiot about it, because this marriage, look what we've got here, the 10 of emotions. We've got to approach it a different way. I'm getting goosebumps. The universe wants to get twin flames together now, and you have to be in a very high state of alignment to get your twin flame, to meet your twin flame in the first place. If you weren't, when you met this lover, if you're wanting, I've said that before, I know, but I just need to push this point. If you weren't in very high alignment, it's not your twin flame that you met. You don't want a reunion with them. Dogs, getting together with friends. So it's not all hard work this week and alignment. We've got friendship shifts going on here, is what I'm getting from this card. Your friends might be changing. You might, because last week we had a lot of letting go, didn't we? We had the full moon, right? So yeah, letting go of old friends, people that aren't going to go forward with you, people on a completely different page, getting real with that, or we've got real with that. Now it's time to get real with romantic relationships, apparently. Okay, what else shall I get out? I don't want to get too many out. I'm going to go with the spirit animals now, and then we'll move on to the clarifications, the clarifiers. Okay, so we've got the peacock spirit. Let it shine. Who you really are, let it shine. Let it out too. Speak out of who you really are and your colours. Don't hold that back, the things that are great about you. You want them to know that too. You want, so these people that are approaching you, whether it's friendships or lovers, you need to be speaking out about who you are. No more masks anymore. No more diminishing yourself or pretending that you're not as strong as you are, or opinionated as you are, or courageous as you are, and all of that. Stand up for yourself and speak out. The Nightingale spirit says love is all around. It's available, is what I'm hearing. Love is available to us. Maybe one more. You know, I think it's probably an element of what's going on in the world now as well as got us all to pull back. It's harder to meet people now. We can't really be out there. And so it's got us to pull back. And that's a good thing. It's given us time to heal, time to think about things. Got the dragonfly spirit here. Truth transcends illusion. Oh, truth transcends delusion. Truth transcends delusion. Find out the truth. Find out the truth from someone. And we use our words for that, not our intuition for that. When you use your intuition, you're finding out your truth, not their truth. Have to let people be who they are. Let them make their own choices. Let them be their own consciousness. Not presume that they're just like you. Maybe that's been how you've been tripping yourself up. Okay, let's get clarifying for each star sign. As I said, what's your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign and your Venus sign, especially moon and Venus for the relationship stuff. So let's get going, and we'll start out with Aries. Aries, what is this lovers thing for you, this new start, the death of the old you, and the way that you've approached relationships? One step at a time and warmth, Aries. This is about taking it slowly and opening your heart slowly. Don't have to open your heart all of a sudden. Don't have to be open to everyone. Let someone prove that they deserve to have what's in your heart. Yeah, be careful about this and take it very slowly. Get to know someone very slowly. So for Aries, I do feel like it's going to be a new person coming in. Taking it one step at a time. If it is a reunion coming back as well, still take it slowly, find out who they are now, because a lot can happen, especially if it's someone that you really want to be with, truthfully, and you were in alignment when you first met them, then yeah, take it slowly because a lot can happen. Right. Aries, what about this star and the Ten of Emotions? So a new approach to getting that fulfillment that you want. It's about letting go of the past, releasing guilt, surrendering and releasing guilt. So this is telling me it's about that connection, it's the integration, it's the immortality thing, it's the connection with your higher self, finding that new approach. And in order to do that, you need to let go of everything that you've done beforehand. So you might have been focused on a certain person or a certain kind of a person, trying to get that relationship, very much focused on the material world, the relationship, rather than focusing on you loving yourself, you being in alignment, you feeling really good, and then naturally attracting the right person to you. So release the guilt from that material focus and from relationship focus that's tripped you up in the past. That's your new approach there to take. It's surrender, it's surrendering, and just focus on the self-love stuff, and then someone shows up. Honestly, they do. And if that's what you were doing before, Aries, and you met somebody and they're the person you want to reunite with, then absolutely do that. But if you weren't doing the self-love thing and then they just showed up, and they're not the person to get back together with. Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration. So looking at things in a different perspective in order to move forward toward what it is that you want. Right. So you've got a refocus card out here, Aries, for this. And I am good enough. And so you need to actually focus on the material world a little bit more, because you haven't been asking for, or you're not in alignment with. Your higher self knows what you want, but the reason we do the law of attraction stuff is to get in alignment with that, to realize what it is that we want, to get on the same page as that. That's why we write our goals down. It's not to ask for it. It's for us to realize that that's where we're headed toward, so that we're in alignment with it, so that we're reaching out toward the same thing as our higher self is trying to lead us to. So you've got to refocus on those things that you want to get in alignment with it. You are good enough, so you need to reach higher to the things that you really want. You've got to get back on board with that again. So it seems to me, Aries, that you might have been settling for a little bit less than you actually want in your life. Now, I'm not talking about just relationships. I'm talking about money and lifestyle and everything, health, career, all of it. You've been reaching too low because you think, oh, well, I haven't managed to manifest that, so maybe I don't deserve it and I'm not good enough for that, so I'll reach a bit lower. Don't do that now. Now is not the time for doing that. At the end of a cycle and the start of a new cycle with your intuition, what's this about? Oh, healing again. Cleanse and forgive self, Aries. So it's forgiving yourself for the ways that the cycle that's completed. In order to complete it, is forgiving yourself for it, forgiving your muggle self for focusing on the carrots, focusing on the money, focusing on that particular person to have a relationship and all of that. The distractions, the little stuff that you just didn't need to focus on anyway. You've got to forgive yourself for that so that you can use the aligned method to get there. Let's get a card out for you for your love life. That was fast. Aries, you've got deception, deceiving yourself. You know how I said, which was it? This one, Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion. Truth transcends delusion is what I'm getting from that. So let's not delude ourselves anymore, Aries. Let's not deceive ourselves anymore. Let's not pretend that someone is right for us when they've shown us so many red flags we could have a party with them and fly them all around the town. You know? Someone's wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Someone's not who you think they are, and it's you. I mean, it's you that's deluding yourself. It's not them that's doing it to you. Someone can't tell us how to think and how to take them. They just be themselves, and then it's what we project on top of that. You know, it's how we take that is the delusion, is the deception there. So don't deceive yourself about people, Aries. Believe them when someone shows you who they are. Lightning. Ooh. Wow, Aries, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany. You might be shocked to suddenly see someone clearly and you're like, oh my God, this person isn't a good person. What have I been trying to get back together with them for? Or the shock could be, yeah, I think it is that because it's come out with the deception card. You could suddenly see clearly about someone, and that someone could be you too. Just looking back in the past, you know, memories. We can use our memory. Like I said, we don't have to get back into relationships with people. We can use our memory to remember what they were really like. Big shocking ahas like, oh my God, this person showed me that they were a liar, a cheater, a narcissist. Big wake up, a big wake up to someone in the past and to yourself too. Wow, Aries. And Taurus. Taurus, what about you? What's this lovers thing about for you? Love offer coming in for you. Choose to change and transformation. Very well could be a reunion for you, Taurus, because of this transformation. Changes now. What went on in this relationship before? If I'm talking about a reunion for you, Taurus, what went on in that relationship before? What needed to change? What needed to change in you? What needed to change in the relationship? What needed to change in them? If you triggered something in each other, did you do your part to choose those changes? And did they do their part to choose those changes too? And did it transform? You need to find that out this week if it's a reunion that I'm talking about. Now, if it's not a reunion that I'm talking about for you, it's still similar advice, Taurus, is that if you've got a new love offer coming in, you still need to pay attention as if it is a reunion. It's like, is this a rerun of what I had before? Because our energy doesn't shift that significantly, really. We tend to get similar to what we had before, but there could be tweaks, you know? We progress in relationships, attracting someone similar to last time, but a little bit different, hopefully a bit better than it was before. So this new person, are they a rerun of the last time, or do they have more? You know, have they transformed? Have you transformed? You need to ask yourself that. Have you done enough? Have they done enough? Is what I'm getting from that. Again, it's that heart-to-heart conversation. You need to ask those questions. So the Star and the Ten of Emotions, a new way to fulfilling yourself. What is it? Oh. Travel. I'm reacting to this because I'm Taurus, by the way. Travel. Okay, you've got travel and let go of the past. So let go of the past, Taurus. We're fixed, aren't we, right? And we don't like change that much. And so it could be to fulfill yourself, you actually need to travel or be somewhere else now and not cling on to things and keep them as they are. Whether I'm talking about a relationship, whether I'm talking about a job, whether I'm talking about a location or a house that you're in or whatever it is, it feels like this clinging to something and not letting it go from the past. And your wishes are going to be fulfilled elsewhere. So you do need to let go of that thing that you're trying to keep stable to move on to something better. Change can be scary, yes, but you need that to have your wishes fulfilled for the fulfillment. So travel especially, so it could be location for a lot of you, staying in one place when really you should be somewhere else, Taurus. It could be about a relationship, this too. It could be about moving somewhere where your person is, or it could be a new love comes in but they don't live where you live, or meeting someone online, whatever. Changing location is on the cards here for Taurus. So the Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration, looking at things from a different perspective rather than the Muggle material world perspective. What is this about for Taurus? Because Taurus are great at the material world stuff. Be firmer, and is this thought useful? Be firmer, and is this thought useful? So we're shifting from that Muggle perspective, the material world perspective, to the aligned perspective, to the spiritual world perspective, just getting in alignment with our higher selves. Now, be firmer, and is this thought useful? This is about whether you feel good enough for it all to come kind of easily if you're focusing on your spiritual path. It's because you're Taurus. It's because we're kind of master manifestors, aren't we, Taurus? We're great. We're so grounded. We're good with the material stuff. We can manifest. We can do that stuff. But Taurus, are you comfortable and confident enough in yourself, in your spirit, to focus on that inner journey and following that path that your higher self gives you, using your intuition, and the material stuff sorts it out? What I'm asking really is, can you let go of control of this aspect and let it flow? That's what I'm asking, Taurus. Can you? Do you believe that? Are you willing to let it go and let it flow? Or do you want to stay in control of the material stuff? A change in perspective could have you manifesting a whole lot more, taking it to the next level, Taurus. So at the end of a cycle with the World card and the Priestess card here, what is this? Yeah, friendships. Like I got with this Dogs card, getting together with friends is about shifts in friendships. So we've had, last week was all about letting go with the full moon energies and all of that. And so changes in friendships and being at peace with that too. Friendship groups are changing, making space to bring the new in, just be at peace with that whole stuff. That's the end of the cycle now. You intuitively knew that is what I'm feeling there, Taurus. So let's get you some love life cards out. What's going on in your love life? Seems kind of promising for you, Taurus, I would say. Stay optimistic about your love life. So look at the bright side of things. Don't be so suspect. No, what's the word? Don't be so pessimistic. Not really pessimistic. It's that, yeah, suspecting someone of ulterior motives kind of thing. Is it too good to be true kind of thing? Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. It is a very positive reading, this, for Taurus, as far as love life is concerned. It does seem to be moving forward in the right direction. So be positive and give it a chance. Like, maybe they are. Maybe they have changed. Maybe you have changed. Maybe you are in alignment now. Maybe you're both ready now. Maybe you are both ready now. Stay optimistic about that and just find out. Be open, optimistic, and find out whether it's true. Don't delude yourself. I'm not talking about that. But find out whether it's true and be optimistic. Let's get one of these out for you, Taurus. Give us more for Taurus, please. Kisses. That card wouldn't go back in the deck, so it's kisses for you. Taurus, kisses. Unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. Could be the second time around, second chance at love with somebody here. Or new love too. Very interesting. Stay optimistic about that. Go with that flow of it optimistically, Taurus. Right. Next up, we've got Gemini. Let's find out about you, Gemini. What's this love thing for you? with this love offer or a new love offer or a reconciliation, depending on where you are. Oh my goodness. Gemini, what the hell? I've never seen this before. Double sex. A double cards when they come out means it's a very important message, and it's a very strong message, of course. Sex. Okay. Be careful, Gemini, because your passion, your sex drive, your feelings, your lust could take over, or someone else's could take over. You could end up getting involved with someone or bringing someone back just because of the sex. Now, really pay attention to that. Someone could be coming back in just for the sex, and you could be imagining that there's more besides. Just imagining it. As I said, it's time to get real, Gemini, and talk about these things. You might not want to talk about it because you might want to succumb to that, and you might not want to give up the opportunity for that sex by finding out that they don't want more, that's all they're coming in for. Watch out, Gemini. This could be a pattern of yours. It could be a pattern. Okay, what about the Star and the Ten of Emotions then? A new way of getting yourself fulfilled in relationships and in other things too. You've got growth in this moment. You've got the chance this week, Gemini, to grow out of a pattern that you've been in, a recurring pattern that you've been in that's not fulfilling you. It's almost like blindfolds. I'm seeing like blindfolds, or sticking your fingers in your ears and going, la 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 la, I can't hear you. You're getting feedback from the universe and you're like, la 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 la, I can't hear you. I'm going to keep on doing this thing and hope that I get something else from it. Or you could focus on your growth and be in the moment. So there's a different approach, and it's about you. It's not about the external stuff. You more than any other sign so up to now anyway, Gemini, need to do that. You need to focus more on you, the self-love stuff, fulfilling yourself, rather than trying to get it from the outside, from someone else, from jobs, from money, from things that you buy, from food, all of that stuff, from the material stuff. Be careful of that. So the Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration, again, this is about seeing things from a different perspective so you can get what you want, and understanding and go for it. So understanding what is in alignment. When you feel in alignment, you're feeling really good, and then you have an idea, boom, it's going to be amazing. But if you're worried, if you're overthinking things, thinking about stuff, how can I get this money or this person, then you have an idea that's coming from the ego. That's not going to work. It's not going to lead to very good results at all. And this is about you understanding that now, when to move forward on things and when not to move forward on things. Important lesson this week for you, Gemini, in discerning what is intuition, what comes from your higher self, and what comes from your ego mind. And it's about recognizing what vibration you're in, what alignment you are in before you have that idea. So the World and the High Priestess here. So end of a cycle. Interesting. Meditating going well. So you're called to the spiritual work now, leaving that material world behind and the thinking mind behind. Getting spiritual now, Gemini. Nice. Let's get your love life card out. Soulmate you've got. That was the first one out. Soulmate, Gemini. Soulmates are very important people to us, and we kind of recognize their energy, and they give us a lesson, soulmates. And an important lesson, and we're other people's soulmates too. We give them important lessons too. And so there can be very challenging relationships. There can be great relationships too. So soulmate, someone, this sex person could very well be a soulmate, very important person to you, very strong connection with them, but it's all based about sex. You've got something to learn about that, and this person or people like them are going to keep on coming back around until you learn that, Gemini. When we feel that strong connection with someone, that soulmate bond, sometimes we can think, This means we should be together. This means that they're going to be great for me. And it doesn't. It means that person has got a really important lesson for you. So you might be way too open to soulmates because of that. We need to be open to them. That's why we have those strong feelings. We need to be open to them because it's a very important lesson that we need. But maybe you're making it mean more than it should. You've got palm tree here as well, Gemini. Stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Interesting. Going for the more permanent now. Right, so bringing this back to what was first said here with that double sex card, because it's obviously a very important message for you, because the double cards like that come out when it's an important message. Stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. It's not that you can't have this amazing sex, Gemini, but you need to find that along with everything else that you want. Everything else that you want, the other things that will fulfill you too. So it's asking you to look at relationships from a more holistic point of view. I'm not saying you need to give up this great sex. You don't at all. There's got to be the and the rest of it. But maybe now it's time to focus more on the other stuff. Not relying solely on the feelings and on the lust and all of that. Yes, it's an important part of it, of course. You want that with it. But it's time to focus on the rest of it too. Cancer, what about you? What is this lover's possible reunion or a new love for you? What's all of this about for you, Cancer? Physical action and be artistic. Okay. Making moves. Who do you approach or who do you let approach you? You know, with that rooster, it's the loud ones, the arrogant ones, the narcissists, the psychos. They speak the loudest, they shout the loudest, right? They're the ones that are going to ask you out more than anyone else. So don't be just chosen. Physical action, it's about you choosing yourself, you taking that action, you choosing and you approaching someone, that kind of thing. You could get yourself into hot water, emotional trouble by letting yourself be chosen by anyone and just being complicit, Cancer. And so this artistic thing, it could be a trip for you, a trip up, something that trips you up, Cancer, is that I'm kind of getting this feeling that you could have been open to the artistic type, thinking that they're great and the spiritual and they'll be all of this and all of that, and then find out that they're not, they're roosted. Just because someone's artistic, they could be artistic and a narcissist, they could be artistic and a great person, they could be artistic and spiritual, they could be artistic and completely devoid of spiritual. It's artistic, hasn't got anything to do with anything else. You know, it's like saying someone can be tall and, you know, be rich or poor. They can be tall. They could be anything. It's not connected with anything else. Artistry is what I'm saying. But I feel like you've been connecting it with other things. Maybe trusting people because they're artistic, as if it means something else. I don't know. Maybe you had something from your childhood and there was some really trustworthy person, like your art teacher was a really trustworthy person, and then you just thought all people involved in art are trustworthy people. Something like that. It's very specific, this, but it's all I'm getting from it is that you're choosing artist kind of people or trusting them when maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you need to change your mind about that. So it could be you were expecting to get back together with someone that you thought was perfect for you, but really it's just that they're an artist. I don't know. That's a weird message. Anyway, the Star and the Ten of Emotions. So there's a new approach to getting your wishes met, especially your fulfillment, your heart fulfillment, your heart wishes met. Transformation in this moment, transforming yourself. It seems like a big wake-up call for Cancer this week. A big aha moments you could get about yourself and what you've been choosing, or who you've been allowing yourself to choose, and how maybe deluded that you've been, or just unaware of what it was that you were doing to yourself. Or there's something about this moment now, being aware that you can change things completely just by changing your mind and changing the actions that you take and who you let in and stuff like that. So you've kind of been the gatekeeper for your fulfillment, and I think that this week you're going to be realizing that you've got the key to that gate, and you're like, oh my God, I've just been letting anybody in, that kind of thing. A major aha moment for you, Cancer. Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration. So getting that material stuff that you want, but with a different approach now. Oh, wow, look at this. This is awesome. Cancer, you've got play, freedom, love, and joy. This is really awesome. So going for these things instead of concerning yourself with the material world. So it's not even getting in alignment. This is all aligned stuff, by the way. Play, freedom, love, and joy is all aligned stuff. But if you're focused on that kind of things rather than the serious, oh, I'll meditate all day to get into alignment, because you don't. You could just do it through this, play and freedom and love and joy. That is going to get you on track. So it's almost like let go of all of the serious stuff now, Cancer. Focus on all of these things, play, freedom, love and joy. And that's your new approach. That's your new aligned approach. And all the stuff that you were seriously trying to get before is going to come so much more easily through that. So what do you love to do, Cancer? What's freedom to you and love to, and just play, have fun. Wow. The World and the Priestess. What is this about? The end of a cycle. Maybe not happening straight away. You're in this transition process at the moment this week, Cancer. So wait, because you need to get rid of some sabotages first. So yeah, quite a lot is shown up there, right? Let me just check back. Yeah, that artistic thing, that's weird. A weird message there. So let's get a love card out for you, Cancer. Wedding. Wow. Wedding. This is telling me, Cancer, that your higher self and the universe is trying to get you to your actual person now, getting you aligned with that actual person. I feel that freedom, love, joy, and this aha that you're going to have this week, and this wake-up thing that you're having this week is going to get you on track with the person that you're meant to be marrying. Right. Just one card, please, for Cancer. What else have they got? It could also be that you need to start realizing what kind of person you do want to get married to, too. And it's not about what they do for a living or that they're an artist or anything like that. It's more about how they can love you. That's the important thing. So it might be time to think about what it is that you want to receive. You got mirror eventually out with this. So mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspection. Yeah. Relationships reflecting our wounds. Pay attention to that this week. I feel like the people that you've been going for and who you thought that your ideal wedding partner, marriage partner would be, is quite different than the one that the universe has lined up for you, and it's trying to get you in alignment with that. And this week is kind of important for you to wake up to things, to be on the same page as your actual partner who's waiting for you there. So Leo, what about you? What's this lovers and this new love offer or reconciliation for you? Tell us more about this. Oh, endings. Okay. Yeah, it could be a reconciliation attempt which is thwarted. Empower self and completion here. So somebody comes back in or a new person comes in and it's a rerun of the old stuff, and you're wise to it now and you recognize it now and you're empowered and say, no, this isn't what I want. It's a no from me. And then you put an end to it there. It's a no. It's a no for you, Leo, but it's a good thing, because it's like, oh, I've leveled up. They came back in and recognized it this time. I don't need to have that lesson again. Yay me. The next relationship offer that comes in, and there might not be a massive wait for that, but These no's, they're so important. It means that we've completed a lesson. That's what you're doing. You're completing a lesson by the saying no this time when you recognize it. So well done, Leo. So the star and the Ten of Emotions, a new approach to fulfilling yourself. What is this? Oh, it's about being creative in yourself. So it's more the self-love thing, being your natural self, Leo, and being creative and artistic. So it's more fulfilling yourself in your work and other things like that. It's more the self-love thing, fulfilling yourself. And then just waiting for that ideal relationship to come in. So it's about being in alignment yourself and then knowing that you're just going to attract the right person towards you. That no seems very powerful for you this week, Leo. The Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration, what's this about? A new approach to getting the material stuff that you want? Oh, wow. Leo, we've got meditate and fear of lack. So you do still need to focus on the material stuff, you Leos, because you've got a fear of lack going on there. This is when we're still in the Muggle perspective, meaning you've got beliefs that are contradicting abundance. Beliefs about yourself or beliefs about abundance itself. You've got money mindset stuff to do, abundance mindset stuff to do. That's why the meditate card has come out. There's stuff to clear, there's stuff to get clear on inside of your mind. So you're still in that, not yet ready for the different approach, as in the in alignment approach. It's more about focusing on the material stuff because you've got fear of lack in there to deal with. Right, and what about this World and the Priestess then? The end of a cycle. You're preparing for that end of the cycle and to get into that more intuitive stage of your journey, your enlightenment journey. Man, I don't really want to call it that because there is no such thing as enlightenment, really. We just get more and more aligned. We just raise our vibration more and more. But anyway, you're getting prepared to be on that next phase where you will be able to tune into your intuition more and just be focused on the alignment stuff. You're getting yourself prepared this week for that, to be included in that game. What have you got going on in your love life, Leo? Leo's love life this week. What's going on for Leos? Leos, what have you got going on in your love life? Release your ex. Da, da, da. I told you it was no. It's a no from me. For a lot of you Leos, this is going to be an attempted reconciliation, and you're like, nope. I recognize this. I know what you're like. Oh my God, you're still like that. Absolutely not. Release them. Talking, yes, talk to them. Find out. Are they still like that? Don't just presume that they're still like that. Are they still like that? Because you don't want to have regrets, right? You don't want to think, oh, in 1 year, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years' time, you don't want to think, oh, maybe I should have found out if they had actually healed something or changed. You want to talk to this person and then go, no. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. I'm sure it doesn't mean hoovering like vacuuming, but maybe it means hovering. I don't know. Talking. Make sure you talk to this person and find out. You want the information, right? You don't want it to be ambiguous. You want it to be an absolute no, and you're 100% sure of it. Put the lid on it this time, you know? Complete it properly this time. Virgo. What about you? What's this lovers? A reconciliation, new love? What is it happening for you this week? Perfect and knowing. Okay, so there's an intuitive hit. Someone's right for you. Could be a reconciliation. It could be a new love, but you're going to get an intuitive hit about this person, knowing that they're perfect for you. Wow. It's a positive one for you, Virgo. Go for it. I mean, I'm not saying this, it could be your forever person, it might not be, but it's a positive one for you. It's a relationship to get in. And you got, if you have that inner knowing, that is. If you don't have an inner knowing, if it's just a random, if it's some random narcissist, rooster, arrogant, boastful person asking you out, be a no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you've got an inner knowing about somebody, then it's a yes. It's a yes to that. So what's the star and the Ten of Emotions? Oh, it's just the start of things. So this is about your heart, Virgo. You've got to initiate and forgive them here. It is about that love offer. Oh, okay. It feels like a reunion then to me for you Virgos. And Yeah, a different approach, a whole new approach to fulfilling yourself, and it's about forgiving them, starting again, starting in a new way. Let's start again, that kind of thing. Should we start and then get to know them? And there's a lot of forgiveness to do. Well, maybe not a lot. There's some forgiveness to do along this, and leaving that past behind, forgiving yourself, forgiving them, and so you can start again. Interesting. Again, I would have that conversation too, that heart-to-heart conversation, if this is a reunion that I'm talking about here for you, Virgo, and find out what went on for them while you were apart, and how have they transformed, and tell them how have you transformed. You remember we had the show the world the real you. Tell them, find out from them too, instigate that, Be vulnerable and open. Tell them first about you and how you've changed, and invite that vulnerability out of them too, that information, rather than an interrogation. Don't do the interrogation thing, Virgo. Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration. So a different way of looking at things so that you can get your material needs met. Oh, I said that really concisely for you, Virgo. You've got Take the Risk and Freedom. Oh, wow. So, yeah, an offer or a new path opens up for you. It's going to require a risk. It's like the fool's journey there. Stepping out in a new direction is going to lead to freedom. Are you willing to give yourself that freedom or not? Are you going to take that path or not? So you're seeing things with a different perspective now. You could set yourself free from binds in the past and from an old way of being, step into the new, but it's not without its risks. It's unknown. It's the fool's journey. You're stepping into the unknown and taking that risk. Are you going to do it? It's up to you, but I would suggest yes, do it, because that path is opening up for you now. Very positive feelings for you here in this read. What's the end of the cycle, so that now you're stepping more into your intuition? Oh, it's make love. It's about doing what you love and being artistic, being more creative. This is about your work. So an end of a cycle in your work, an end of a cycle and a new chapter beginning. End of an old chapter and you're working a new chapter beginning. You're going to be more creative now, and you're going to love it even more. So if you've been loving what you've been doing, Virgo, there's another way that you're going to be doing it now, a new creative way of doing it that you're going to love even more than that. So you've got big changes, a whole new path starting, end of a chapter, start of a new chapter. What about your love life, Virgo? What have you got going on in your love life? You've got playfulness. Let me just sort all these cards out because I've made a mess. Oh, they can stay a mess, in fact. You've got playfulness. Good times. Good times here, Virgo, for you. So, yeah, very well could be a reconciliation for you. Yeah, there's going to be some conversations to have. It doesn't have to be that heavy. If your intuition is right, that this is your person to go for this, then I'm feeling a lot of playfulness. Going to feel like a kid again, having lots of fun with your lover this week. And what else have we got for Virgo? What else for Virgo? Go with a snake. Empath. Narcissist paradigm. Being charmed or used. Enable and boundaries. Okay. So for those of you, you know how I said it could be the rooster. For those of you that aren't yet tuned into your intuition, that don't have that knowing about that person that comes in, you could let one of these in again. If you've been in that pattern, Virgo, the empath narcissist paradigm, you could be used again. So just watch out. Don't fool yourself about that. Definitely have those conversations. Find out more about them. You could be getting into a negative cycle that you've been in before, is what I'm feeling here, Virgo. Even if you've got that intuitive hit, it might not be intuition. It just depends on how far down that line you are, how much you've learned, how much you understand what is your intuition and what's your ego. Some of you Virgos could be open to that narcissist, the one that shouts the loudest kind of thing. Okay. It was looking so good for you as well, Virgo. Okay, Libra. Brought you back down to earth there, Virgo. Libra, what's this lovers and this potential reunion or new love for you? What's this all about? Self-love. Okay, it's going to be different for different Libras then. Depends on how far you are down that self-love path. If you're loving yourself and you're in alignment, yes, an amazing relationship or reunion is going to come in for you. If you're not, it's not. Again, I remind you, Libra, if it's a reunion, what were you like when you first met them? When they first came into your life, what were you like? Were you in alignment? Was everything going fantastically in your life and you were on top of the world? Or before you met them, I'm talking about, not because you met them. Before you met them, as you met them, was your life awesome? Or was it really crappy? Or anywhere in between? Because how you were self-loving yourself then, it could be a repeat this time. So maybe you were really down on yourself then, and you're kind of really down on yourself at the moment, and then they come back around and like, oh yeah, I get this reunion. But then it's like, ah, it's a reunion of a crappy energy I had before. Do you know what I mean? Bringing someone back in because you've got a lack of self-love, or bringing someone back in because you've got your self-love up there again. What I'm saying is whoever is coming into your life is a direct reflection of the self-love that you're at right now. If it's a reunion, it's a direct reflection of a repeat of when you first met them and the self-love that you had then. So go within and ask yourself, where's your self-love at? Where was it at before, if it's an old person? The Star and the Ten of Emotions, what's this about? Oh, alone, time alone. It is about self-love for you, Libra. Fulfilling yourself, the Ten of Emotions, waking up, time alone, being by yourself and fulfilling yourself, not always seeking other people to fill up your time, to make you feel not lonely, to try and fill those gaps. It's like, fill those gaps yourself, feel good within yourself. You're being asked to be on that self-love path now and fulfill yourself, because you're not going to get a good relationship until you do that, Libra. Time alone to wake up, to fulfill yourself. I'm not saying that you should be alone all the time and never have any connections with other people, but that's having connections with other people from a healthy place is very different than needing it, being needy and needing to have people in your life, otherwise you feel like crap, you know? Two very different things there. So the Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration, a different perspective, different way of looking at things so that you get your material needs met. Compassion and choose something easier. Oh, you've been choosing the hard route, do you? Have you? Like a job that you hate, Libra, or yeah, just struggle, having to work really hard, really long and hard for your material needs to be met, or giving way too much in relationships just to be with someone, that kind of thing. You've been on struggle street and it's time to change that now. Choose something easier. Choosing to be in alignment, right? And so you're not at that stage yet where you can just focus on the alignment stuff. You need to choose the material stuff better, the relationships better, the money better, the ease better. You need to be choosing better in the material world for yourself first. Choosing something easier and having compassion for yourself because you've had it really hard. And the world, the completion of a cycle, and the High Priestess here, what is it about for you? Oh, it's about communication with lovers. The end of a cycle of presuming that everyone's on the same page as you when it comes to love and friendships and everything, every kind of relationship really, but especially with your romantic life. It's time to start communicating and actually telling them what you want, communicating it with using your words, not your presumptions. Could be a tricky week for you, Libra, but the cycle's completing there, so you get to level up if you do this work. But as I said, some people are going to drop off. Some people are not going to do this work. They're going to carry on in the way that you have been carrying on. It's up to you whether you want to do that or whether you want to progress. Okay, you've got forgiving and learning. Yes, forgiving and learning about yourself, leaving the past behind, but learning about yourself. You've got a lot to learn about yourself this week. A lot is being revealed to you so that you can actually make a difference, make a change in your life, Libra. What else have we got for you? Twin flames. Wow. Yin yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complementing each other. Wow, you're on a twin flame journey. That's interesting because I wasn't getting that at all from this reading. But this communication is it's an important lesson, learning, change, transformation that you need to make in order to move forward on that twin flame journey. I'm not picking up that you've with your twin flame or you've even met your twin flame, because this energy, if this is resonating with you, this energy is not twin flame stuff at all. But you've got the twin flame card out, so you're not in alignment enough to have met your twin flame, because there's a whole load more self-love for you to do, according to this reading. But your higher self does want you to be on this twin flame path, so it's time to get real about this. If you want that kind of relationship, if you want a twin flame relationship, do the work. Forgiving and learning. It's good. You could be on a fast track to it, because I keep on getting this message that the universe is working overtime right now to get people ready for the twin flames. It's like wake up after wake up after wake up kind of thing. There you go, Libra. Scorpio. What's this lovers for you? Is it a reunion? Is it a new love? Is it self-love? Let's find out. Be supportive, get support. It's about reciprocation. Wow. Guys, I've been talking about this so much lately. Reciprocation and codependency. I have a lot of people following me and people getting readings from me who are codependent, are in this codependence. They want to do so much for other people, and then they're like, why does no one give back to me? But what they don't realize is that codependent pattern, it's not true giving. You might think you're doing stuff for other people. What you're actually doing is being needy and needing to put things onto other people so that you feel better. You're actually taking energy from the other person. It doesn't feel like giving to the other person. It doesn't feel like they're receiving from you when you do that, when you do the codependency. And indeed, it's not giving either. It's enabling the other person not to do it themselves, not to look after themselves and all of that. So this, be supportive and get support. This is about true reciprocation. So if that is you, Scorpio, if you're saying, how come I'm giving so much in relationships and no one seems to give back to me? Well, first of all, you need to choose those. You need to choose people that can reciprocate. And you're not going to do that while you're in codependent patterns, wanting to help someone, be a therapist to someone, be a carer or a parent or whatever you're trying to do with people, and get into relationships with people like that. If you're wanting to overgive rather than just your company being enough, then you're going to be choosing those wrong people that aren't going to be able to reciprocate. So this is about you getting out of that, getting out of those patterns, Scorpio, so that you can have true reciprocation. Now, a lot of people, when they're in that codependent paradigm, they think, wouldn't it just be great if everyone was codependent? If everyone just gave and would look after each other and not have a thought for themselves. Wouldn't that be great? No, it would be a whole load of messed up people doing stuff for other people, completely ignoring themselves, and trying to guess what everyone else wants and pushing their way onto other people and being resentful for it. No, it wouldn't be good. Self-love is good. The way it works is good. And so this is a call for you to self-love, is what it is. You might have been waiting for a new love. You might have been waiting for a reunion. This is saying, wake up, Scorpio. You're not ready for that yet. You haven't sorted this out, and it's codependency that you've not sorted out, is what I'm hearing. So you can't have it. You can't keep on doing the same thing and expect to get anything different than you've already had. You're not waiting for that perfect person to come along that can somehow get around your issues. It's time for you to heal your issues. Wow. The Star and the Ten of Emotions. So a new way of fulfilling yourself. What's this about for you? Write and go deeper. What are your wishes in the first place? What are your wishes in the first place? You could be having a bit of an existential crisis at the moment, Scorpio. It's that kind of thing. Maybe what you thought you wanted isn't actually what you want, or it's not what your spirit knows that you want. So you're not in alignment. The reason that we do the law of attraction stuff is so we get on the same page as our higher self. Our higher self knows what we want better than we do. But we write the goals list down, we do the vision board so that we realize and are going for the same things that our higher self knows that we want. so that we're in alignment for it, so that we're on the same page and we're actually taking the action toward those things. That's what that stuff is about. Now, I'm getting from this, right, and go deeper, is that your wishes, what you've been wishing for, isn't even in alignment with your higher self. So it's time to, can you hear my stomach? I'm hungry. It's time for you, Scorpio, to write it down again, what your wishes are. Go deeper wishes, not surface stuff. What do you really want? What does your spirit really want? Figure it out. Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration. So a new way of looking at things so that you get your material needs met. Whoa. Be vulnerable and lovers. Ha. Right. So, yes. So I was getting that message about the codependency thing, and it's your way of being in control and not being vulnerable. Someone to help, someone that you're above, someone that you've got something over, someone that you need to help because you don't want to be helped. You don't want to be vulnerable, Scorpio. It's not going to give you a satisfying relationship. So you need to look at things in a different way. Being vulnerable and letting someone love you properly. If you think about it, being loved, it means that you can't do it all yourself, that you need someone else to love you, you need someone else to give to you, that kind of thing. That's coming from a place of vulnerability. Get two people doing that together, being there for each other, completely open about their needs, what they need, not pretending that they've got it all and they can do everything and do everything for them too, which is what you have been doing according to this, Scorpio. So be vulnerable. That is the different way of looking at it, and it's going to be very challenging to you with these energies that I'm picking up on. The World and the Priestess. What is this? New beginning, and I'm heard. Yes, you are. So a new beginning, a cycle completes with this world, and you're opening up to your intuitive side more. This is very much connected to that wishes and writing it down again and going deeper. What is it that you really want? Because I think you've been kind of fooling yourself. You've probably been thinking, I want to be the queen in charge of everything, or the king in charge of everything, having it my own way. You're not writing those things down, but that's the energy behind it. But what you really want is this vulnerability, and to be loved, and to feel loved, and to be able to flow through life and feel like you've been taken care of and all of that. A new beginning and being heard. Your new wishes are going to be heard, is what I'm getting from that. That's what's going to complete the old cycle so that you can actually start getting what it is that you truly want. So you can get on your life path, really. So I feel like you're resisting your life path at the moment. Wow, Scorpio, it's a bit heavy for you guys. What's going on in your love life? What's going on in your love life? Let your friends help you. You know, those friends that you keep on helping. Let them help you. You might not have realized that it's a control thing that you've got, Scorpio. Wanting to help them. You might think, oh, I'm really giving. Why aren't they giving back to me? Because you're trying to be in control and the giver all the time. It's a control thing. So let your friends help you for a change. Let them be the givers. See how that feels. And there could be some challenging feelings that come up there. And so deal with that. Why do you feel the need to be in control? Wow, controller shows and codependency. It's all being heaped on you this week. Bit of a wake-up call. Big wake-up call. You've got the runner out with this as well. Runner in a codependent relationship. Fear of intimacy, listening to ego. Fear of intimacy. So you want to be in charge. So that's why you're being codependent. And that's why they're running from you. Because it doesn't feel good. Whew, it's time to break this pattern so you can have what you really want, Scorpio. Wow. And Sagittarius, what's this lovers and the possible new relationship or reunion for you? What is it? Oh, success. Love what is and success. Okay. So Sagittarius, it might be aiming really high for relationships here and looking for perfection, that kind of thing. There is no such thing as perfect, and you're not perfect. Sorry to tell you that, but you're not. And none of us are. And relationships, we have to work at them, and we have to find someone that we're compatible with and that wants the same things as us and that we have feelings for as well and connection with, and then try and have a relationship with them, which requires work. So this whole, oh, just waiting for the right one, the one that's got nothing wrong with them, that's not going to give me any challenges to come along, is just not going to happen. So love what is, love the success that you do get, love people as they are, unconditional love, loving them as they are, not who you want them to be, not that conditional love. As long as you're perfect, I'll love you. Interesting. So you might have some element of success around your love life this week, but it's not everything, because you're not going to get everything. Yeah, interesting. The Star and the Ten of Emotions. So, a new way to fulfilling yourself. What is this about? Is it true in abundance? Oh, Sagittarius. So you've got a bit of an issue around abundance here, and maybe you're pinning too much of your fulfillment on abundance or on money, on choice, maybe. You're thinking that that's what fulfills you, and it's not necessarily what fulfills you. You've got the is it true card out with abundance here, so you've got some beliefs around that about how much money will fulfill you, because no, it's not that important. I mean, it stops us from being worried and stuff like that, the money. You do need some, you need it flowing in that, but it's not all it's cracked up to be, really. I mean, it doesn't buy happiness. It buys some great things, and it gives you a lot of freedom and all of that, but it's balanced. It's the same as everything. It's 50% gift and it's 50% challenge, the same as absolutely everybody and everything in life. So you might be having some delusional thoughts about abundance there and making it mean too much, or seeking it out too much. Queen of Wands and Five of Inspiration. So a different way of looking at things to get your needs met, your physical needs met. You've got trust myself and love what is. Again, love what is. You're getting a lot of feedback this week about what you've been focused on and where your vibration is at. And so love what is, even though it might not be that exciting or rewarding, or it might not feel that great. But you've got to learn to trust yourself in that. You can have what you want, but there's an element of fantasy about you in this reading. So you've got to look at things from a different perspective there. Okay, the World and the Priestess. What is this? The end of a cycle. Again, wow. Success. Right. The end of a cycle of wanting perfection or expecting perfection or thinking that you can find perfection and then being disappointed in yourself when you can't find it, or disappointed in someone else, or disappointed in the money or whatever when you don't find perfection. There's an awareness about success. Well, what is success for you? Maybe you need to redefine that, Sag. Be more real. It's a wake-up call to be more real. Life is 50% gift, 50% challenge. It gets better and better and better, yes, but only when we see it for what it is. This is about doing your shadow work, not pretending that we can live in this paradise where everything is perfect and everything is 100% good. It's not. There's a different way of looking at everything. Everything is 50% gift, 50% challenge. So, time to wake up. You've got to give your relationship a chance. I feel like if you've got a reunion going on, or if you've got a relationship going on, Sagittarius, you might be way hard on them. Perfectionist kind of thing, expecting way too much from them. Give them a chance. Okay. I'm kind of feeling sorry for anyone that's involved with Sagittarius at the moment. But it's an important lesson for you to ease up, and you're going to be way happier when you get a bit more realistic and a bit more unconditionally loving instead of conditionally loving. Oops. Let's get a card out for you from this. Give your relationship a chance. Give us more for Sagittarius, please. More for Sagittarius, please. Doesn't want to give you one, Sagittarius. Maybe it was one that first fell out, so it needs to come back around again. Oh, there we go. Axe. Breakup, separation, stop the pattern. It's stop the pattern. It's stop the pattern. There's something coming up for you to see it really clearly this time, to stop that pattern. Give your relationship a chance. It's to do with your harsh expectations on yourself and on people and on the world too, and getting a more realistic perspective which will soften up your heart and help you out in many ways. Capricorn, what about you? What's this lovers and the new relationship or possible reconciliation? What is that for you? I am good enough in physical action. So you're good enough. This is about you actually approaching someone that you want to get back together with or that you want to go out with. And it's you feeling good enough to do that, it's getting rid of those doubts. I'm good enough. They might reject me. Are they going to like me? That kind of thing. It's getting rid of that and then going for what it is that you want. Actually taking physical action, walking up to someone and asking them out, or smiling at them and being open so that they ask you out. That kind of thing. Good enough to take physical action in that you might be hiding from someone, not speaking to someone that you really like. That kind of thing. You need to stop that. Stop that, Capricorn. Open up. What's this star and the Ten of Emotions? So a new way of approaching things so that you get the fulfillment that you want. Oh, you've got success and travel. The new way. You and Taurus. So yeah, a new way. There's somewhere else to be. Changing location so that you can have success. So be open. Don't be so fixed. Maybe you're holding on to your location or a job or even a relationship, and it's time to move on from that, to move, to be open to a change. It could be that you're moving for a job. It could be moving for a relationship, but just be open to that, because success is somewhere else for you in a different location, and that's going to fulfill you. Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration, a different way of looking at things to get your material needs met. What is this? Mystery, and I am heard. You're heard in mysterious ways. As I said, with this change in location for your success. You know, you could be asking for success and you think you're going to get it through your business now or through your job now. And you're like, why isn't the universe hearing me? Why am I not getting this success that I've asked for? But you keep on getting these messages about a different location, making a change. And you're like, well, that can't be the answer to it. Because I'm focused on success. It must come through this business or this where I am now. You're not hearing. It's not the universe that's not hearing from you, it's that you're not hearing. There's a mystery path. And so the guidance that you've been getting doesn't seem to be connected with the success that you're asking for, but it is. Trust it and follow it. So that's your different way of looking at it. You've been getting the answer over and over again, you've just not been taking it because you've not realized that it's your answer. Funny. The World and the Priestess. End of completion of a cycle, to start a new cycle, something to do with your intuition. What is this? Cleanse and blame. Oh, the weight of your world on your shoulders. You're taking it all, life very personally, and heaping it all on your shoulders. Blaming yourself. So if something doesn't work out exactly as you expected it, then you take yourself 5 steps backwards because you punish yourself for it in your mind. Don't do that. Let go of that blame that you've been putting on yourself. That's how the new cycle will start. Now, what about your relationships, Capricorn? What's going on in your relationships? Let's get one of these out for you. Capricorns, relationships. Oops. You've got, it's safe for you to love. It is safe for you to love, Capricorn. Yeah. I'm getting a bit of an independent vibe from you, Capricorn. It's safe for you to be alone, you know that. But is it safe for you to love? Is it safe for you to be in a partnership? Yes, apparently it is. It is safe for you to love. What did we get out? I can't remember. For your love thing. Who is aware and physical action? Yeah, it's about you making the first move. So, okay, so you could be holding yourself back for a fear of safety. You know, am I safe to approach this person? I've made some bad decisions before. It might not be safe to approach this person, so you're remaining close down to them. So there's some personal healing to do so that you can open up to a romantic relationship is what I'm getting there. Let's get another card out for you, Capricorn. What have we got for you, Capricorn? No. What have we got for you, Capricorn? A date. A date. Someone asks you out on a date and you're not so sure because you're not feeling safe. A date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, planning or setting a date, approaching someone. Get out there and go on a date with somebody. Face your fears, don't hide from them. It's safe for you to love, it is. Aquarius, what about you? What's this lovers? Possible reconciliation or new love? What is it for you? Who is aware and own my idea? Interesting. Many options I'm getting from you, Aquarius. Who is aware? You've got many options. Which one's right? I could go out with this person, this person, this person. I could get this person back. Oh, I could keep my options open and have them all. It's almost a feeling of not letting go of anybody to keep your options open is what I'm getting here. It's that feeling of every past love, I was the right one for me, I was the right one for them, they missed out. This should have been with me. It's a weird vibe I'm getting from this. Own my idea. It's not true. They weren't right for you. You weren't the right one for them. They didn't miss out. You both got what you want, what you needed from it. Not what you wanted from it. You got what you needed from it. Lessons, whatever. There's something about you trying to keep your options open and becoming aware of that this week, especially because it's stopping you from moving forward. Imagine if you went out on a date with someone and they brought all of their exes with them. You're like on a big round table and you're like, what are you doing? It's like, I want a date with you. Like, why have you got all your exes here? I'm just showing them what they missed out on because I was the right person for them. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? That's the energy I'm picking up from you. It's time to let go of all of those exes and stop keeping your options open, because even if you're not doing that, and obviously you're not doing that, nobody's going to do that when you go on a date. You're doing it energetically, people can feel it. So it's more of a healing week for you. It could be that you meet a new lover and then straight away they don't call you back after that first date because they feel that energetic thing that you're doing there. It could be that. You could be woken up to it in some kind of way other than this reading. The Star and the Ten of Emotions. So a new way of approaching things that so you get the fulfillment that you want. What is this? Allowing detachment. That's what I was just saying. Allow yourself to detach, to actually let go of people. You're clinging on through fear of your safety, clinging on to all of your exes is what I'm getting there. That's not fulfilling, and it's not going to allow another relationship to come in that might fulfill you. It's time to let go. Stop clinging. It's like white knuckles. I'm seeing this image of white knuckles and holding on for your dear life. So the Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration, a new way of looking at things to get your materials needs met. What is this? Jealousy, move away. Oh, focused on other people. Focused on other people and what they're doing and what they got. And then maybe following them. That's not the way you're going to get it. You're going to get your material needs met through doing things your own way and being yourself. Stop the focus on other people, because it's just going to move. It says move away from this. So stop your focus on other people, because you can't follow other people's path. You've got to fully follow your own path. And it doesn't matter what anyone else has got, how much money they've got, how much success they've got. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. That's their path, that's their journey, that's what they're doing, that's the results that they're getting. It's got nothing to do with you. And some people get that wrong, especially with money and success. They think, oh, if that person's successful, they're taking it away from me. Well, it's not true. It's about as true as thinking, oh, that person's healthy, and that's why I'm sick. It's not true. It's an individual basis. So move away from that, focusing on other people and what it is that they've got. Be on your own path. It's unique. Aquarius, the World and the Priestess. What is this? The end of a cycle. This letting go of past lovers. because you've got strength and courage and time alone. It's not time for a relationship for you. It's time to be alone and be strong. Be strong in that alone. You haven't been strong in that alone. You've been strong in the belief that everyone else in your past that you still held on to, and the belief that you were right for them or something, or that you were the right one, they were the wrong ones, they missed out, you're not seeing the lessons in that so that you can be in your strength. It's time to be alone now, truly alone, without all of that back up in your mind of you being right. Do you know what I mean by that? So we go from relationship to relationship getting those lessons, but if we don't get those lessons, if we're just like, I was right, they were wrong, they will learn, we're not getting our lessons, right? We're not getting our lessons when we do that. So you're really being invited into this true time alone of being really strong, and you're being invited into self-love is what it is, but being really strong in that. You have no idea. You're going to be so strong when you realize what that's really like, of really being happy by yourself and not seeking anything out in a relationship, letting go of all of those past ones. It could be a sudden wake up for you, like, oh yeah, I'm holding on to everyone else. Just let it all go. I'm good by myself. In fact, I'm really strong by myself. You will be really strong when you're truly by yourself and you're not trying to grab onto other people. Reconciliation. Someone returning from your past here to give you a clear opportunity to see what it is that you've been doing. Wow. So it could be a kind of a shocking reconciliation kind of thing, a reconciliation that has you feeling some kind of a way that isn't love, or it could be and we all feel this. I'm not just pinning it on you. We all feel this. Someone coming back just so that we feel right, so that we feel vindicated and just like, yes, I won kind of thing. It's the ego winning out is what it is. And yeah, it takes a very brave person to admit that, but we all do it. We've all done it. And so, yeah, the reconciliation, your ego wants it, your heart doesn't want it. Self-indulgence is what you got here. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. It is. It's time for you to find that true power in yourself. I just feel like those of you that are resonating with this, and you might want to ignore it, you might want to say, no, this doesn't resonate with me. Your ego's taken over if that's you. It's once you do get into this proper self-love and strength just by yourself, and you're not having these ideas of clinging on to other people. It's like etheric chords kind of thing that you've got going on there. Once you do really true stand in that self-love thing, wow, it's taking it to a whole new level. You're going to feel so different and so empowered, even more so than you are now. Taking it to the next level. And finally, Pisces. Lovers. 3 of inspiration, Ace of inspiration, a new love or a reconciliation. What is it for you? Work and touch. Working at it. Working at a relationship. There's something more to put in. This is interesting. It's almost like Pisces. What do you think of when I say working at a relationship? You know how in the general part of it I was saying that we might think that you're putting stuff in, you're giving within a relationship, but you haven't been having those conversations. You haven't been putting the right work into a relationship. It's that for you, Pisces. It's the work that you put into a relationship has just been a little bit of the good stuff and a lot of the stuff that's not that important in relationships. It's time to consider what the true good work is. And you might be surprised, Pisces, that you might think, oh yeah, I'm loving and I'm giving and I do the right things and I make an effort in relationships, and then people walk away from you thinking they don't make any effort. And you might be perplexed by that because you do make an effort. But as I said before, someone might be looking at the effort you make and it's like, well, they're not asking me any questions. They're not asking me what I want out of my life. They're not interested in me at all. And they walk away from you saying, you're not interested in me at all. And you're like, of course I'm interested in you. Do this and I do that. waking up this week to right effort in relationships. What is actually useful in relationships? That's what I'm getting from that. So what's this star in the Ten of Emotions? So a new approach to fulfilling yourself. What is this? Respect and follow my knowing. You're intuitive, and you need to respect that, but you also need to respect other people. You know how I was saying in the general part of it, we've got to use our physical, we've got to use our words and stuff for relationships. We've got to find out where someone's at. We can't use our intuition for that, because that is just guessing. We can't do that, right? Even I can't do that with readings. I can't read someone for a personal relationship. I need to talk to them, and I need to put that actual effort in. Again, it's about the same thing. It's respecting people, not using your intuition, not guessing, actually putting the right work into relationships. The material world requires material effort, such as empowerment and words and conversations and physical effort, helping someone physically, that kind of thing. Queen of Wands and the Five of Inspiration. So changing the way that you look at things to get your material needs met. What is this, Pisces, for you? Fulfillment, communication coming. Oh, the holes get filled when you make space for it. The universe loves a void. If we get rid of stuff and change our mind about it, well, maybe I've been looking in the wrong places. Maybe I've been filling my life up with the wrong stuff and it's not fulfilling it. Maybe I should just be in the unknown and in the void here and let go of everything, and then that space gets filled. It's a big let go of everything. Let go of everything, the way that, not just the way you've been looking at it, but let go of everything. Make a lot of space. But they're almost like, well, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I might have been getting it all wrong. Maybe we all are, right? And so it's a very humble place to be. Like, maybe I've got it all wrong. All of these things that I've pieced together in my head from my life experiences. Maybe I think that I'm in control of it and I know what I'm doing, but maybe I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Maybe there's a better way of doing it. And just being completely open to like that, the universe steps in, communication comes, you get fulfillment through that. Wow, throwing everything up in the air. Maybe I don't know anything. Very humble place to be, right? The universe will fill you up with something better if you do that. So the end of a cycle with the World card here, and then the Priestess. Start of a new cycle. Tapping into your intuition. Understanding in who am I? Understanding yourself much better. You're breaking free from like delusions that you've had this week, Pisces, and learning a whole lot more about yourself and about life and what it can be. How exciting. Let's get something out about your love life. Romantic feelings. Oh, that's you all over, isn't it, Pisces? Romantic feelings, it isn't everything, but they do need to be there too. And so don't just go off feelings, as I said. Have those conversations, ask the questions, find out. Coffin, because there's an ending to be had here. There's a lid to be put on something. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation. Liberation. You're going to be liberated from this when you get this lesson this week. And I feel like the universe is on your side to get this lesson. It's helping you, really helping you this week to get that lesson, to put a lid on it. And it's about your romantic feelings. Yes, your romantic feelings have got to be there, but I think you've been relying way too much on those feelings and trusting those above actual relationship stuff, because it's a physical thing. It's a material thing. Relationships are a material thing. We've got to deal with actual people, with conversations and stuff. Wow. So there we have it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And if you'd like a private reading from me, go to my website, behealing.com. And don't forget, come along to my live show as well, which is called Psychic Cafe, live here on YouTube, 7 a.m. Bangkok time. Pretty much every day. I would love to see you in there. And you can get mini reads from your higher self as well in there by donation. So using Super Chat, Super Sticker. It's a great group of people in there as well. I would love to see you in there. So thank you so much for watching. I wish you a tremendous week. It's obviously going to be a big shake-up this week, especially around love relationships. Could be a whole lot of wake-up calls for all of the signs, is what I'm feeling here. Could be the start of some great new relationships as well as reconciliations as well. So really enjoy it and enjoy your week. I will see you next time.